to Hotline Sehwani.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Back again at Hotline Sehwani. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Discussion video with my special guest, Olympus Gaming. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Yo, what up, y'all? It is Olympus Gaming, back with my man Hotline. We are back discussing the Smash Fighter Pass, right?
Yep, absolutely. Olympus Gaming and I, we've both done Fighter Pass prediction videos of our own. So what we kind of want to do a little differently here is talk about our predictions and then kind of further elaborate on them and who else we would want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited, so thank you so much for inviting me over into your platform. It is an honor to be here, actually.
Great. So first things first, which characters are in your top picks right now for the Smash Bros. Fighter Pass?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like you said, this video is on my page there. So if you guys want to see, kind of more in depth on why I pick who I pick, I can go there. But I just kind of going through the list here. I have Ribbon Girl from ARMS because Nintendo's already said they're going to pick an ARMS character. So I said, you know what? Let's just make the first pick an ARMS character. I have Morgan from Darkstalkers. I have Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I have Crash Bandicoot from Crash Bandicoot. I have Majima from Yakuza, and I also have Chrono and Travis. It's kind of like a split decision there. So those are my picks currently.
Definitely. I know a lot of people, they want to see Sora and Crash Bandicoot. So hopefully, we'll see them resonate in the game overall.
Well, the thing about Sora, because, when I was making my list initially, I remember what Sakurai said. In order for somebody to be a possible candidate for Smash, they would have to originate in a video game. And I look at all the companies that are represented in Smash right now. We don't have that Disney representation, and most of the characters from the Disney roster would not even make it because most of them are from other media. They're already established IPs. But when I look at Sora, it is a unique case because I'm not sure how the licensing plays with that between Disney and Square. But I think if Disney wanted to further their video game representation, I think Sora will be a great fit for the overall roster of characters they already have.
Sora defends his kingdom.
And plus, Kingdom Hearts is huge. I mean, just kind of thinking back when I went to the first Kingdom Hearts Orchestra about a year or two ago, just the turnout for that was just insane. And just people are just so passionate about the Kingdom Hearts franchise. So I think if they put Sora in Smash, it's just going to be kind of similar to when they put Cloud in, Smash 4.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And another thing to point out too is Kingdom Hearts to me has almost the same feeling in terms of there's just something special about playing a game that has some sort of mass multimedia crossover within it, right?
Yeah.
And when you're playing Kingdom Hearts, you're going into all these different worlds of Disney, and I think that feeling in terms of Kingdom Hearts has also been captured within Smash Bros. Of all these different multimedia franchises that naturally have video game origins, and capturing that character into this would be a perfect fit. So let's definitely hope that happens first and foremost. And I really think it's up to Disney at this point.
Yeah, and you touched on a very good point there, and I didn't even think about this, but the whole concept of it being a crossover, Kingdom Hearts in itself was born out of a desire of a crossover, and Smash is like the biggest crossover ever. So I didn't even think about the correlation with that. But yeah, definitely, that's an awesome point.
I know Crash Bandicoot is a big character that people have been wanting to, and I think for me, it's almost as if people are almost kind of checking down the list, like okay, Sonic is in the game, check, Pac-Man is in the game, check, Eggman is in the game, check, it's just kind of good. He just feels like he's the next one that could possibly get in there, and that was kind of during that time when every video game company felt the need to design a mascot, some sort of character to drive their game. Right. So you have those characters like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro that aren't represented yet or could be represented in Smash Bros. Coming up, coming to the game. So it would be really neat.
Crash spins into battle.
So what makes you want Crash Bandicoot?
You know, I just kind of touching on what you said. Crash came in at that time where having a mascot that was a platformer was almost the norm. So, you know, when you think about, you know, the 90s or the late 90s, early 2000s, the three most prominent players in that particular genre was Sonic, Mario, and Crash. So it will shock me if Crash does not make it into Smash at this point, because, you know, I'm pretty sure Nintendo knows that he's wanted. Everybody wants Crash in Smash, so it just to me it seems like the obvious pick.
And maybe this would be a good kind of segue into, you know, a next topic is which characters of franchises that are pre-existing, you know, need additional characters, right? So one of my picks was Eggman. I've always said Smash Bros needs more villains.
I agree.
You know, we have there's so many protagonists in Smash Bros fighting against each other, and, you know, granted, we have Wolf and you have Dark Pit and you have King K. Rool, but to me, like, the big guys are definitely like Bowser, Ganondorf, like those are the top villains, you know. And the biggest three video game villains to me is Bowser, Ganondorf, and Dr. Eggman. Like that's in my head, you know. So I think he would be a really great fit into the game.
Dr. Eggman builds his empire.
Something different too, you know. Not a lot of, other than Rob, there's not really a lot of the characters that utilize, you know, robotics and, you know, in that sense. So
And I think Eggman is a solid choice because, you know, when you look at the history, and me being a Sonic guy, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. That's not a secret. When you look at just the overall lineup of different ways that they can design Eggman. I mean, Eggman over the years have so many different, you know, badniks and robots and so much stuff. So the diversity is definitely there in terms of what they can implement with Eggman as a character. So I don't see a problem with it at all. Like, I think that would be a solid choice.
Who else outside of, you know, your current picks would you want in Smash Bros?
Outside of my current picks, so, you know, kind of going back and, you know, during this whole quarantine, I've been playing my backlog, and one character that I think may be an exception to Sakurai's video game rule would be Android 21 from Dragon Ball FighterZ. You know, going back and playing that game recently, I just really fell in love with her design and her likeness and her personality, and I think it would be a phenomenal fit for Smash Bros. And I know for a longest time, and you probably can attest to this, people have always wanted some sort of Dragon Ball representation in Smash. And Sakurai said it's not going to happen because they didn't originate from the video game. Well, Android 21 was designed strictly for Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is a video game. So I think just to kind of fulfill the Dragon Ball itch that people have within Smash Bros.
Android 21 consumes the competition.
I think Android 21 would be a phenomenal pick, and I actually really like the character myself, so I think she has a chance, hopefully.
I know Hero from, you know, Dragon Quest. I remember when that first came out, a lot of people felt almost as if that would help fulfill the need, you know, for a Dragon Ball character, just because they have the same artist and everything. Right. But yeah, I don't think it has at all, just because even on my current video, you know, I have like 50, 60 people out commenting Goku. just because they want that representation.
Right.
One thing too is if that happens, that's another, you know, floodgate that opens, you know, of other characters that can possibly get in, because if they're capping it on video games overall, and then, you know, I know as it originates from a video game, but it's in a franchise that's, you know, dominantly not, right? It would just open the door to like everything else too, so it would be an interesting pick. For me, I always kind of like to take in my approaches to some of my picks. I like thinking too of like, hey, this is who I want on my wish list, and then I also think about it, who has a good possibility of getting in based off of Nintendo's current timeline of games being released, right?
Right.
And I actually feel that Paper Mario has a pretty good shot.
Paper Mario unfolds into battle.
Solely because, we kind of touched base on this on our retrospective video. And if you guys want to check that out, please make sure to go to Olympus Gaming. I'll make sure to put his channel in the comments below. But Nintendo likes putting games and fighters also that helps them, in terms of, their games and releases. So I think Paper Mario would be an interesting pick. It could even be its own unique character and not, almost a clone character from like Mario to Dr. Mario.
Sure, and just thinking about that, I mean, you're right. Usually Nintendo try to position, if they have an upcoming title for that particular franchise coming out, they would try to position or warm up the consumers with putting them in Smash. And I think Paper Mario is an interesting choice, but it's not far-fetched because looking at how many links we have, how many links we have in Smash Bros. Now. I don't think so. I had to think for a minute, like, wait a minute, we have a young Link, a Toon Link, and a standard Link, so yeah, why not have one more Mario? And Paper Mario is a beloved franchise. I love Paper Mario, so I wouldn't be mad at that.
If you had to guess, what were some moves that you think would be replicated over from Paper Mario?
Ooh, that's a hard one. So the thing about Paper Mario, fundamentally, is, especially when you're looking at the older titles, it's really, at its heart, it's a turn-based RPG. Now, of course, later on, they kind of experimented with the format. But playing the Paper Mario games that I've played, typically Paper Mario relies a lot on the buddy system. So maybe like his up smash would be him, using one of the buddies to do something, or his forward smash would be using the buddies to do something else. His recovery, the same thing. So I think if they were to make a move set for Paper Mario, it'll be surrounded by his party members that you have in Thousand Year Door and Paper Mario 64.
So which other characters would you say have a fair shot of getting in from Nintendo's IPs?
From Nintendo's IPs, I would say like you said, more villains, but maybe one of the Star Fox characters. Because, now they have Star Fox and Starlink, and who knows what they have coming down the pipeline. So a likely choice would be Krystal from Star Fox Adventures and Star Fox Soul.
Krystal freezes her opposition.
Again, another first-party IP. So I honestly believe when it comes to who they pick, their first-party properties take the front role. So I think Krystal would have a higher chance than any third-party option out there. But if Nintendo is planning something down the line for Star Fox, then I think they would probably try to grab one of those Star Fox characters and throw them in Smash to build up excitement. And who else to do it but Krystal? I can't really imagine Slippy and Peppy and the other cast fighting and just playing through Star Fox Adventures. So Krystal seems to be the more fighter type in terms of the character lineup. So I would say Krystal from Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I know that Sakurai is known for wanting to include, diversity in the character cast, and Krystal being included, an additional female character to the roster, right?
Yes.
So one of the characters that I actually think has a pretty good chance of getting in, and I thought about this after I recorded my predictions video, and I wish I included it, is the Ring Fit Adventure Girl, or the Ring Fit Adventure Trainer. Because that game has been blowing up, especially now with everyone being at home and in quarantine.
Ring Fit Trainer pumps up the heat.
At first, I was mentioning it to one of my buddies, and he goes, "Yeah, that's dumb." I'm like, "Look at Wii Fit Trainer, that is one of their IPs that's popular, and one of their IPs that is growing, and what a better way to include it in it. That's why we're seeing ARMS get introduced to Smash Bros. Right. I almost feel as soon as I heard ARMS getting introduced to Smash Bros, I'm like, why didn't I think about that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's obvious now.
Yeah.
Because you're right. The first characters that come to mind before Nintendo starts reaching out to third-party companies is always going to be the first party, picks, because if there's a game coming out like Paper Mario, there's a new Star Fox down the line, or even we'd even mention this, the new Metroid Prime 4 coming out. We can see a Metroid representation in the form of another hunter. Those are the things that I think of immediately off the top of the bat of, what is coming, because I try to line it up with those for sure.
Yeah, I think the Ring Fit, that is a solid choice because, it's not unheard of that Nintendo includes peripherals as actual characters. Like you said, we saw it with the Wii Fit trainer, and she was introduced in Super Smash Bros. Wii, if I'm not mistaken. We also had Rob the Robot, which is definitely a left field, obscure peripheral that I know I didn't own as a kid. So
sure,
I don't think it's unlikely. I think the Wii Fit, I'm getting them mixed up now. The Ring Fit, the Ring Fit trainer would be a solid choice, and plus you have both male and female options for that. Now I played a little bit of Ring Fit Adventure. I'm just curious what their moveset would be, and if they're going to implement the actual ring that you have the Joy-Cons with their with their attacks. Like maybe you have to jog in order to punch, or maybe you have to squat in order to attack, or something like that.
If that was the case, I don't know if anyone would play us or it.
Make it optional, but in all seriousness, I think that is a solid choice, and it's not unlikely. Like I definitely can see that happening, especially given Nintendo's history with making peripherals and more lifestyle-based games, characters in Smash.
Sure. If I want to damage my opponent, I just chuck the ring at my friend next to me.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Hey guys, this Smash Bros. Fighter Pass discussion between Olympus Gaming and myself was longer than expected, so I broke it up into 2 parts. Click now to watch part 2, and remember to please like and subscribe.